Hey there, thanks for checking in. It's a really exciting day today. As you might know, at CtrlChain, we don't see transportation just moving goods from A to B. We see it as a really important part of your supply chain, logistics management. We want to be the extension for you to your customers to improve customer experience, but also of your operations if we think about operational excellence. We have been working really hard over the last years to bring our system to a certain level where we become more digital, where we want to leverage more shipper, carrier and logistics service providers' data to automate more and give you more insights in what is happening within your supply chain. And today we're going to talk more about that and how we're going to make that available for you. The transportation market is deeply fragmented, and if we look at the US, 95% of the trucking companies have even less than 10 trucks. Many of those companies are not digitalized, use Excel, use their phone, even fax and email. So to move one single load, there are a lot of dependencies. Different system for track and trace, different system to get your order in, different systems to create the financial part, the PODs. It involves a lot of training of people, how to use the systems, where to find your data for the questions customers have. Within CtrlChain, we ensure that within our ecosystem, you can find everything, reliable real-time data for your supply chain and all your questions to be more dynamic and make sure disruptions are prevented. Where do we get our data from? So we all know the parcel world, where the integrators provide you with status updates within their network, where they send notifications out to the shipper, but also to the receiver. So within the system, we are making available for you. We can recreate that also on the FTL part, on the LTL part, and even on the groupage side. We have been working hard on connecting with OEMs, so you and your carriers can be easy connected within 10-15 minutes to create that visibility, to generate that data. Onboarding is super easy, and we will assist. We will set up the users who's going to use the system with you. We're going to set up your supplier and customer base with all the contact details and all the requirements. Think about opening hours, appointment scheduling if needed. We can set up geofences in our address book, so arrival and ETA calculations will be automatically done, where we even take in consideration historical traffic data and actual traffic data to be as close as possible to the real-time arrival. So you can plan your business accordingly, more dynamically, to have less disruptions within your supply chain. Also on the procurement side, with searching for new rates, doing your yearly RFPs, or getting capacity for new business, it's easy to do with one click on a button. But also what is important there is the preferences, where we talk about corridors. Where is a carrier good at? So we can really narrow down which carrier to invite for which business or which shipment or opportunity. Think of how we are used to running RFPs. It's pretty manual, it's a lot of Excel, it's a lot of analytics which we need to do with a lot of copy and pasting. So forget that, because in the system which we're offering to you, it will be automated with dashboarding and a lot of reporting, which will save you also there a lot of time. Within that process, you can add your own carriers and we can help there too. But we can also make our carrier base available so you have more capacity and more market intelligence for the shipments you have. As mentioned, we not just want to do transport, we want to improve supply chain. So within the supply chain, a warehouse is an important chain as well. For sure, you who run a warehouse, you always know that within the walls, everything is pretty manageable, predictable, but everything out of the walls is less controllable. We hear from warehouse managers that 44% of them say that delays are one of the reasons they don't meet their KPIs. What we do with the data is at least give you the information to make informed decisions, to not already start picking and putting pallets on a staging area so you have more space, or to give you the opportunity to already start unloading a arrived truck who was early instead of waiting till a truck who will be late is arriving. We all know the beautiful discussion between warehouse and carriers, waiting time. With the data we have, with the arrival and the GPS data, there is less discussion because we know when it arrived and we know when it left. We even have actual weight data where we know when people start unloading the truck or loading the truck, which should get us to a place that there are no discussions about waiting time. Just fair pay for things what happen in real time and real life. And of course, this sounds all beautiful, having that data, making more informed decisions. But transport would not be transport as things would not go wrong. We all know that it will still happen. And that even when we are informed, we still need to make certain communication to make things happen. So imagine that all that communication is in one place. Also there, not jumping from left to right. If the documentation which you need can easily be uploaded or can be found within the order on one location, from documents for transporting outside of the continent, for documents like proof of delivery, packing lists, everything what you can imagine in one place. And this was all on order execution level, but there are of course way more documents in all the process. So imagine carrier due diligence, their insurance papers, their company papers. We can all automatically check it on expiration dates, but also that in one place. And when it's not to a certain standard, also the carrier can be automatically be passed, so you cannot use it till all the documents are confirmed again. All to protect you and your business, to have less risk within, again, your supply chain for you and your customers. Let's go to some fun stuff, because after all the order execution, there is so much data available which you can use and replicate in dashboards and downloads to really understand your business. Often we hear like, oh, this carrier is always late, but that's just on the surface, because what's the reasoning behind it? We have examples that a truck was always arriving late, but looking at the data, it was because although he was time on the pickup location, they were always loading him 2-3 hours later, which meant that in the time of travel, he could not even make it anymore. So on the surface, it's easy to blame, but if we go to the root cause, understand the data, we most of the time can really solve the real problem, which again, also there will improve your business continuously going forward. The TMS is really built to grow your business. We use it internally and we're gonna make it available for you there as well. The cool thing is, it doesn't matter where you want to use it, and as mentioned, the onboarding is really easy. If it's in the US, if it's in Europe, or wherever, it doesn't matter. It's user dependent on languages, on preferences. It's so easy to use and to switch that it doesn't matter where you use it, as said, but it's one single source of truth. It doesn't matter if you want to manage your container shipments, if you want to do your courier, parcel, groupage, LTL, a full truckload, all is available. Even a refrigerated truck, or maybe if you have special cargo, we make that available. You can use our carrier base, but as said, you can also add your own carrier base and use us as an extension for capacity. For us, it's not just about making things digital and providing you with all the data. No, for us, it's about reducing waste. And we believe that with the data, we can really do that. Because as you all know, there is too much waste within logistics and transportation. More and more regulations are coming in the coming years in Europe. It's an important thing for us as a company as well, and that's also why we provide through the system the calculations of emissions based on all the details necessary. We also have the opportunity to offset the emissions directly, but that's all up to you. So for us, the main goal with this whole TMS making available for you is to generate more data and together to push transportation forward where it needs to be. So thank you for checking in, and let us know if you want to learn more about our offerings.